Welcome to another lost railway town. We're in the Welsh town of Bala. Needs no introduction there. Bala Lake just behind us. That's the largest natural lake in Wales. Famous for its water sports, very popular destination. Got some figures here for you. It's 3.7 miles in length, 800 metres wide at its widest part, and 35 metres deep at its deepest part. I'll just give you a panoramic view because this really is a stunning setting, just nestled in the hills. We'll go and have a look around the town, see what there is there just to show you. But an interesting fact about Welsh, I mean, this is quite a, in terms of Welshness, Welsh stronghold. I think I've got the figures here, 3/4 of the residents of Bala can speak Welsh. It's got a population of around 2,000 and it's in the county of Gwynedd. Just had a walk down the high street there, very tempting to stop at one of the many pubs that fronts out onto the street. What about Bala's railway history? Bala's first railway station was Bala Lake Halt. That opened in 1868, but it's closed in 1882, and it's now been taken on as the current day terminus for the Bala Lake Railway. The station was reopened in 1934, but is showing as closed again about 1939. The Bala Lake Narrow Gauge Railway reopened the station again in 1976. And this was the Great Western Railway's line between Rhiwabon and Barmouth. And as I say, this is still very much an active railway station, part of the as the Bala end terminus of the Bala Lake Railway. So it didn't last very long at all until a new station was opened closer to Bala on the Bala Ffestiniog Railway. We'll go and see that shortly. Got some old photos from the 1950s and 1960s here. So it looks like, although the station closed, it was still in use for some excursions. Bala Lake Halt. Next we turn our attention to the later Bala Station, or Bala New Station as it was known. Now you'll notice this hump in the road just in front here, just the other side of this T-junction. Cows. Yeah, and that hump is indeed an old railway bridge. We're at the site here now, just the other side of the road, we'll cross over in a moment, of the new Bala Station. But the fire station there, you can see the other side of the road. That's on the site of the station. Let's just go up here, just see if there's any remains of this bridge on top. You can see the track bed there, look. It's between the fences, just running down the side of those houses. I reckon that's an old piece of bridge, isn't it, left there, remaining, that little bit of wall. And over to the other side of the road, so this is where the railway line would have been coming over here, look. So we'd be stood, if I just turn around the other side, I'd just line myself up exactly where the track bed would have been. The new station opened in 1882, and this was the Bala Ffestiniog Railway. You remember we did a bit of this line, compressor viaduct? Is in that direction there, going off towards Ffestiniog. There's no denying this is a much better placement for the town, look. That's the high street. That's Bala High Street just there. A lot more convenient. So as well as the road bridge here that we're stood on at the moment, we also had a footbridge. We've got an engine shed and a goods shed, which had a very decorative design to appease the landowner. But this line closed in 1961. But this station remained open until 1965, and that was to accommodate a short shuttle service from Bala Junction. And we'll get onto Bala Junction very, very shortly. There is a mock-up semaphore signal just in the middle of the car park there. There's a circus just setting up around it, unfortunately. Not great views. We'll just have a walk down the flood banking, down the river banking. Now, this isn't the railway. The railway's over to that side. It kind of runs in parallel. So we've seen 2 stations in Bala so far, haven't we? But there was another station, Bala Junction. This one's not, annoyingly, this is the one that's probably got the most remains in terms of platforms, but we can't access this on private land, and it's not really in the centre of Bala. It's kind of out on the periphery over there, because if you think of the railway setup of Bala, we've got the Roaben, Bala, Dolgelly, Barmouth Junction line, haven't we? That's where we saw that first station, the Bala Lake Halt. Leaving that line, show you on this on a map, obviously, we had the Ffestiniog line that came a little bit after. Now, we've seen that they moved the Bala Station from Bala Lake Halt to the new Bala Station that we've just seen by the bridge. So what they've had to do is they had to create a third station, Bala Junction, which sits just out by the river over here, just to allow passengers to change for Bala. So you basically, if you're going to Dolgelly and Barmouth Junction, there was no station in Bala. You had to get off at Bala Junction, which there was no access other than the railway, I understand, and jump on one of the Bala and Ffestiniog trains. And that's linking in again. I said there was that shuttle that carried on running until 1965, didn't I? Now you might be thinking, lost railway towns. We saw a railway at the start, didn't we? The Bala Lake Halt station's been repurposed. I suppose when I'm talking in terms of lost railway towns, I'm talking in terms of ones that are connected to the national rail network, you know, and they've got a regular passenger service all year round. So technically that doesn't include heritage railways. Grey area, because some heritage railways do run all year round and some are connected to the main railway network, aren't they? But certainly not Bala. Now, I'm not going to be filming myself going into places that I can't go, but I have sent the drone over and you can see the platforms at Bala Junction. And look, but I'll just show you through here, look, we've still got some old railway bridge. This is the Bala Ffestiniog Railway still, don't forget. And you could also, as well, you see from the drone, there is remains of the bridge over the river as well. Sorry, there's another bridge further around, so there's actually there's two bridges, this one, and then there's the ruins of the one. There's one that's missing further at the end of the embankment there. So I mentioned, didn't I, it was merely an interchange point. It didn't have any access to the station other than by train, other than by the rail. But it had 3 platforms. We saw the island platforms from above, didn't we? It had a waiting room and it had a signal box. And that closed in 1965. And there's a fantastic photograph online that it was taken about 10 years after closure, and there's the station's just overrun by sheep. So there's actually 3 railway bridges. The one we've just gone past, there's one there, didn't see that one from the drone, and then just over there, I don't know if you can see it in the distance there, is the remains of the bridge that's missing. That one that's missing there looks to be a far more substantial structure. I have got a little bit closer look to that bridge just over the river. It is, and you can see it from here, look, even though we're still quite far away, we can see it's still quite a sizable structure, that look. And Bala Junction station is just not far, just up past the bridge. That's a lovely day, 24 degrees today, and I've been out just making a separate video on the Bala Lake Railway extension, so fantastic morning out. And I'm going back now to get on the little narrow gauge steam train back to Llyn. I was saying that right. So thanks ever so much for watching. If you're new to this channel, I do videos like this. I'm doing a series of going around, well, hopefully all lost railway towns wherever possible in the UK. But I do like disused railway, transport history, geography history, etc. So give the channel a subscribe if you're liking this video. And thanks to all channel members as well, anyone who supports the channel, anyone who buys me a coffee, sends me a super thanks. It really is massively appreciated. And don't forget, at the moment it's only £2 a month. You can become a channel member, get members only videos, early access to new videos as well as supporting me getting out and about. So cheers for watching, take care, we'll see you soon. Ta-ra.